All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bear Sheath Con with your, or Bear Sheath Farm with your host Levi Khan. Let me think. We are reading Leviticus chapters 7 through 12. Let me look here. Okay, and Shabbat Shalom to Carolyn Gannon, one of my longtime followers. Okay. Make sure to monitor this stuff. That's actually mainly up to Deb and the other moderators, but I'll try to look at things. As you can see, folks, the title reads Leviticus 7 through 12 and info. So this will be kind of a long live stream. Welcome to Shabbat Shalom to Tex Haas and Wilfred Witzke. Glad you're here. And I have a bunch of information gathered. We've had the day off today. It's the Sabbath. That being said, let me check something here.
We will be going in more depth with this info on another video.
Yeah. When I do separate videos, even if they're somewhat scattered, I actually know what I'm doing. There's method to my madness, and I'll be going more into depth. To say like I even do tonight. Welcome to Shabbat Shalom. The end of Shabbat Shalom, getting pretty close to Craig Hayden. But doing that, folks, when I do separate videos, and I may do make it a little bit more methodical too. I mean, we'll see how it goes. There's so much information; it's overwhelming. You all know this. You're great subscribers, followers, call it what you will. You people know your stuff. But I think, more importantly, too, we need to hear the word from a human being, not AI. I mean, I guess that's a good thing when AI does it and other computer programs do it, but we need to get together and read and peruse through God's word and that. And I think that's imperative, frankly, especially with the stuff that's going on. But rather than ramble on right now, let's start with Leviticus Vayikra chapter 7. Likewise, this is the law of the trespass offering. It is most holy. In the place where they kill the burnt offering, shall they kill the trespass offering, and the blood thereof shall he sprinkle round about upon the altar. Ugh. And he shall offer of it all the fat thereof, the rump, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul that is above the liver with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn them upon the fire for an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a trespass offering. Every male among the priests shall eat thereof. It shall be eaten in the holy place. It is most holy. As the sin offering is, so is the trespass offering. There is one law for them. The priest that maketh atonement therewith shall have it. And the priest that offereth any man's burnt offering, even the priest, shall have to himself the skin of the burnt offering which he hath offered, and all the meat offering that is baken in the oven, and all that is dressed in the frying pan. And in the pan shall be the priest's that offereth it. And every meat offering mingled with oil and dry shall all the sons of Aaron have, one as much as another. And this is the law of the sacrifice of peace offerings, which he shall offer unto the Lord. If he offer it for thanksgiving, then he shall offer with the sacrifice of thanksgiving unleavened cakes mingled with oil, and unleavened wafers anointed with oil, and cakes mingled with oil of fine flour fried. Besides the cakes, he shall offer for his offering leavened bread with the sacrifice of thanksgiving of his peace offerings. And of it he shall offer one out of the whole oblation for a heave offering unto the Lord, and it shall be the priest's that sprinkleth the blood of the peace offerings. And the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offerings for thanksgiving shall be eaten the same day that it is offered. He shall not leave any of it until the morning. But if the sacrifice of his offering be a vow or a voluntary offering, it shall be eaten the same day that he offereth his sacrifice. And on the morrow also the remainder of it shall be eaten. But the remainder of the flesh of the sacrifice on the third day shall be burnt with fire. And if any of the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offerings be eaten at all on the third day, it shall not be accepted, neither shall it be imputed unto him that offereth it. It shall be an abomination, and the soul that eateth of it shall bear his iniquity. And the flesh that toucheth any unclean thing shall not be eaten, it shall be burnt with fire. And as for the flesh, all that be clean shall eat thereof. But the soul that eateth of the flesh of the sacrifice of peace offerings that pertain unto the Lord, having his uncleanness upon him, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. Moreover, the soul that shall touch any unclean thing as the uncleanness of man, or any unclean beast, or any abominable unclean thing, and eat of the flesh of the sacrifice of peace offering, which pertain unto the Lord, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, Ye shall eat no manner of fat of ox, or of sheep, or of goat, and the fat of the beast that dieth of itself, and the fat of that which is torn with beasts may be used in any other use. But ye shall in no wise eat of it. For whosoever eateth the fat of the beast, of which men offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, even the soul that eateth it shall be cut off from his people. Moreover, you shall eat no manner of blood, whether it be of fowl or of beast, in any of your dwellings. Whatsoever soul it be that eateth any manner of blood, even that soul shall be cut off from his people. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, He that offereth the sacrifice of his peace offerings unto the Lord shall bring his oblation unto the Lord of the sacrifice of his peace offerings. His own hands shall bring the offerings of the Lord made by fire, the fat with the breast, it shall he bring, that the breast may be waved for a wave offering before the Lord. And the priest shall burn the fat upon the altar, but the breast shall be Aaron's and his sons', and the right shoulder shall ye give unto the priest for an heave offering of the sacrifice of your peace offerings. He among the sons of Aaron that offereth the blood of the peace offerings and the fat shall have the right shoulder for his part. For the waved breast and the heaved shoulder have I taken of the children of Israel from off the sacrifices of their peace offerings, and have given them unto Aaron the priest and unto his sons by a statute forever from among the children of Israel. This is the portion of the anointing of Aaron and of the anointing of his sons, out of the offerings of the Lord made by fire, in the day when he presented them to minister unto the Lord in the priest's office, which the Lord commanded to be given them of the children of Israel, in the day that he anointed them by statute forever throughout their generations. Now, before I finish the last two verses, when it reads forever, we're not doing the sacrifices that way anymore, but it's a memorial. It's in our hearts. It's what we did to fulfill the spring feast, to get up to the fall feast, which we're in the middle of, in now, time-wise, and what we all went through to do this. I guess my wife is coming over here for a minute. I'll untape my camera in a minute or something. But anyway.
Saying we won't have to do that.
Okay. But what I'm saying, folks, is we're doing this stuff. We need to know what our history is about. And I don't care if you're by heritage a Jew like me or not. If you're in this covenant, you're one of them. You're one of us. It's just that simple. If you're not in Yahshua, well, then you're not. Anyway, let's go to verse 37. This is the law of the burnt offering, of the meat offering, and of the sin offering, and of the trespass offering, and of the consecrations, and of the sacrifice of the peace offerings, which the Lord commanded Moses in Mount Sinai in the day that he commanded the children of Israel to offer their oblations unto the Lord in the wilderness of Sinai. And that's all 38 verses of Leviticus chapter 7. I will take a look at the chat. Okay. You got it? Okay. Blessings, everyone. Lost Craig, blessings, and blessings back to you. Ditto.
Oh, man.
So why don't we just continue on here? We're going to get to the not in this chapter, but we're going to get to the part of strange fire here fairly soon tonight. We will go to Leviticus chapter 8. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take Aaron and his sons with him, and the garments, and the anointing oil, and a bullock for the sin offering, and 2 rams, and a basket of unleavened bread. And gather thou all the congregation together unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Moses did as the Lord commanded him, and the assembly was gathered together unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Moses said unto the congregation, This is the thing which the Lord commanded to be done. And Moses brought Aaron and his sons and washed them with water. And he put upon him the coat, and girded him with the girdle, and clothed him with the robe, and put the ephod upon him, and he girded him with the curious girdle of the ephod, and bound it unto him therewith. Ugh. And he put the breastplate upon him. Also he put in the breastplate of the Urim and the Thummim, and he put the mitre upon his head. Also upon the mitre, even upon his forefront, did he put the golden plate, the holy crown, as the Lord commanded Moses. And Moses took the anointing oil, and anointed the tabernacle, and all that was therein, and sanctified them. And he sprinkled thereof upon the altar 7 times, and anointed the altar and all his vessels, both the laver and his foot, to sanctify them. And he poured of the anointing oil upon Aaron's head, and anointed him to sanctify him. And Moses brought Aaron's sons, and put coats upon them, and girded them with girdles, and put bonnets upon them, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he brought the bullock for the sin offering, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands upon the head of the bullock for the sin offering. And he slew it. And Moses took the blood, and put it upon the horns of the altar round about with his finger, and purified the altar, and poured the blood at the bottom of the altar. What was that? Hold on. And sanctified it to make reconciliation upon it. So, sorry about my cataracts. Give me a second. I just did verse 15, I think. And he slew it, and Moses took the blood, and put it upon the horns of the altar, round about with his finger, and purified the altar, and poured the blood at the bottom of the altar, and sanctified it to make reconciliation upon it. Okay. And he took all the fat that was upon the inwards, and the cowl above the liver, and the 2 kidneys and their fat, and Moses burned it upon the altar. But the bullock and his hide, his flesh, and his dung he burnt with fire without the camp, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he brought the ram for the burnt offering, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands upon the head of the ram. And he killed it. And Moses sprinkled the blood upon the altar round about. And he cut the ram into pieces. And Moses burnt the head and the pieces and the fat, and he washed the inwards and the legs in water. And Moses burnt the whole ram upon the altar. It was a burnt sacrifice for a sweet savor, and an offering made by fire unto the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. I want to make this clear too before going to verse 22, because I've had this argument in the past with people. Levi, you believe in God's law or Moses' law? It's one and the same. And what did I just read here? I mean, simply put, even Yahshua says it in the Gospels, the law of Moses. Yeah? But who really did the law? Mm-hmm. Who really did the instructions? Obviously, Elohim did. Because you see this many times on verse 21 at the end there, as the Lord commanded Moses. Okay? Moshe didn't make any of this up. I think he was a brilliant and an intelligent, well-trained and disciplined man, because he came, from growing up in Mitzrayim as a soldier and well-educated in the Egyptian martial arts, and with, good education of their reading, writing, math, mathematics, science, and whatever, so, but he did not make up this Torah. It's simply put, the law of Moses. So really, and these people would keep asking me that. It's like, look, This is God's law. This is his instructions. And you need to acknowledge that. Moshe was the messenger. He was the mediator, similarly to Yahshua now. Not nearly as good. But it was like he was like a foreshadow in a way. So anyway, you need to go lie down? No?
How are you going to handle it without the fan?
Okay, stay there.
Oh.
Let's get you a mattress out here. No, bad joke.
I need a fan.
Okay. Verse 22. I mean, if you really need to go that badly, I can move everything for you.
I'm just saying I need to buy a fan.
Okay. Well, yeah, we need another fan, yeah. Verse 22, and he brought the other ram, the ram of consecration, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands upon the head of the ram. And he slew it, and Moses took of the blood of it, and put it upon the tip of Aaron's right ear, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot. And he brought Aaron's sons, and Moses put of the blood upon the tip of their right ear, and upon the thumbs of their right hands, and upon the great toes of their right feet. And Moses sprinkled the blood upon the altar round about. And he took the fat and the rump and all the fat that was above the inwards, and the caul above the liver, and the 2 kidneys and their fat, and the right shoulder. And out of the basket of unleavened bread that was before the Lord, he took 1 unleavened cake, and a cake of oiled bread, and 1 wafer, and put them on the fat and upon the right shoulder. And he put all upon Aaron's hands and upon his sons' hands, and waved them for a wave offering before the Lord. And Moses took them from off their hands and burnt them on the altar upon the burnt offering. They were consecrations for a sweet savor. It is an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And Moses took the breast and waved it for a wave offering before the Lord. For of the ram of consecration, it was Moses' part, as the Lord commanded Moses. And Moses took of the anointing oil and of the blood which was upon the altar, and sprinkled it upon Aaron, and upon his garments, and upon his sons, and upon his sons' garments with him, and sanctified Aaron and his garments, and his sons' garments with him. And Moses said unto Aaron and to his sons, boil the flesh at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and there eat it with the bread that is in the basket of consecrations, as I commanded, saying, Aaron and his sons shall eat it. And that which remaineth of the flesh and of the bread shall ye burn with fire. And ye shall not go out of the door of the tabernacle of the congregation in 7 days, until the days of your consecration be at an end. For 7 days shall he consecrate you, as he hath done this day, so the Lord hath commanded to do, to make an atonement for you. Therefore shall ye abide at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation day and night 7 days, and keep the charge of the Lord, that ye die not, for so I am commanded. So Aaron and his sons did all the things which the Lord commanded by the hand of Moses. That's all 36 verses of Leviticus chapter 8. Look at the... I wonder who you guys are talking about. This woman that's a tough nut to crack. Liberals. Those guys are offering if you want to go lie down. I mean, they have they have wrenches.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I like the fan, but I can go without it if I have to.
Yeah, while you're sweating beads off in here.
Yeah, well, let's do the 24 verses, I believe it is, of chapter 9. Yeah, it is. Let's keep this moving. Chapter 9. And it came to pass on the 8th day. Keep that in mind about the 8th day, the new beginning, the new Genesis, the new Bereshith. 8 is all over in the Tanakh. It is just as important, if not more so, than the number 7, God's number. Those of us who endure, we will be a part of the 8th day forever. Anyway, and it came to pass on the 8th day that Moses called Aaron and his sons and the elders of Israel, And he said unto Aaron, Take thee a young calf for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering, without blemish, and offer them before the Lord. And unto the children of Israel thou shalt speak, saying, Take ye a kid of the goats for a sin offering, and a calf and a lamb, both of the first year, without blemish, for a burnt offering. Also a bullock and a ram for peace offerings to sacrifice before the Lord, and a meat offering mingled with oil. For today the Lord will appear unto you. And they brought that which Moses commanded before the tabernacle of the congregation. And all the congregation drew near and stood before the Lord. And Moses said, This is the thing which the Lord commanded that ye should do, and the glory of the Lord shall appear unto you. And Moses said unto Aaron, Go unto the altar, and offer thy sin offering and thy burnt offering, and make an atonement for thyself and for the people, and offer the offering of the people, and make an atonement for them, as the Lord commanded. All right. Aaron therefore went unto the altar and slew the calf of the sin offering, which was for himself. And the sons of Aaron brought the blood unto him, and he dipped his finger in the blood, and put it upon the horns of the altar, and poured out the blood at the bottom of the altar, with the fat and the kidneys, and the caul above the liver of the sin offering he burnt upon the altar, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the flesh and the hide he burnt with fire without the camp. Hold on, I gotta click something out.
Welcome to all 9 viewers.
Yep.
Today.
And we're going to verse 12. And he slew the burnt offering, and Aaron's sons presented unto him the blood, which he sprinkled round about upon the altar. And they presented the burnt offering unto him, with the pieces thereof, and the head, and he burnt them upon the altar. And he did wash the inwards and the legs, and burnt them upon the burnt offering on the altar. And he brought the people's offering, and took the goat, which was the sin offering for the people, and slew it, and offered it for sin as the first. And he brought the burnt offering, and offered it according to the manner. And he brought the meat offering, and took an handful thereof, and burnt it upon the altar beside the burnt sacrifice of the morning. He slew also the bullock and the ram for a sacrifice of peace offerings, which is for the people. And Aaron's sons presented unto him the blood, which he sprinkled upon the altar round about. And the fat of the bullock and of the ram, the rump, and that which covereth the inwards, and the kidneys, and the caul above the liver. And they put the fat upon the breasts, and he burnt the fat upon the altar. And the breasts and the right shoulder Aaron waved for a wave offering before the Lord, as Moses commanded. And Aaron lifted up his hand toward the people, and blessed them, and came down from offering of the sin of the sin offering, and the burnt offering, and peace offerings. And Moses and Aaron went into the tabernacle of the congregation, and came out, and blessed the people, and the glory of the Lord appeared unto all the people. And there came out a fire out from before the Lord, and consumed upon the altar the burnt offering and the fat, which when all the people saw, they shouted and fell on their faces. All right, that's all 24 verses of Leviticus chapter 9. Welcome and Shabbat Shalom to Old Path.
Welcome, Old Path.
All right, let's move on to chapter 10. And I believe it's only 20 verses. And Nadab and Abihu, here we go, the strange fire. And Nadab and Abihu, the sons of Aaron, took either of them his censer, and put fire therein, and put incense thereon, and offered strange fire before the Lord, which he commanded them not. And there went out fire from the Lord, and devoured them, and they died before the Lord. Then Moses said unto Aaron, This is it that the Lord spake, saying, I will be sanctified in them that come nigh me, and before all the people I will be glorified. And Aaron held his peace. And Moses called Mishael and Mishael and Elzaphan, the sons of Uzziel, the uncle of Aaron, and said unto them, Come near, carry your brethren from before the sanctuary out of the camp. So they went near and carried them in their coats out of the camp, as Moses had said. And Moses said unto Aaron, and unto Eleazar, and unto Ithamar his sons, Uncover not your heads, neither rend your clothes, lest ye die, and lest wrath come upon all the people. But let your brethren, the whole house of Israel, bewail the burning which the Lord hath kindled. And ye shall not go out from the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, lest ye die. For the anointing oil of the Lord is upon you. And they did according to the word of Moses. And the Lord spake unto Aaron, saying, Do not drink wine or strong drink, thou nor thy sons with thee, when ye go into the tabernacle of the congregation, lest ye die. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations. And that ye may put difference between holy and unholy, and between unclean and clean, and that ye may teach the children of Israel all the statutes which the Lord hath spoken unto them by the hand of Moses. And Moses spake unto Aaron and unto Eleazar and unto Ithamar his sons that were left, Take the meat offering that remaineth of the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and eat it without leaven beside the altar, for it is most holy. And ye shall eat it in the holy place, because it is thy due and thy son's due of the sacrifices of the Lord made by fire. For so I am commanded. And the way breast and the heave shoulder shall ye eat in a clean place, thou and thy sons and thy daughters with thee. For they be thy due and thy sons' due, which are given out of the sacrifices of peace offerings of the children of Israel. The heave shoulder and the way breast shall they bring with the offerings made by fire of the fat to wave it for a wave offering before the Lord. And it shall be thine and thy sons with thee by a statute forever, as the Lord hath commanded. And Moses diligently sought to go to the sin offering, and behold, it was burnt. And he was angry with Eleazar and Ithamar, the sons of Aaron, which were left alive, saying, Wherefore have ye not eaten the sin offering in the holy place, seeing it is most holy, and God hath given it you to bear the iniquity of the congregation, to make atonement for them before the Lord? Behold, the blood of it was not brought in within the holy place. Ye should indeed have eaten it in the holy place as I commanded. And Aaron said unto Moses, Behold, this day have they offered their sin offering and their burnt offering before the Lord, and such things have befallen me. If I had eaten the sin offering today, should it have been accepted in the sight of the Lord? And when Moses heard that, he was content. And that's all 20 verses of Leviticus chapter 10. I compare the strange fire with Nadab and Abihu to a lot of strange fire with Christian religions. I expect that from the heathen religions, okay? How can you really expect much from them, if anything? I mean, but, just to keep it on track, last time I checked, and you won't find this easily in Google, it'll probably give depending on which site, anywhere from 20,000 to over 35,000 Christian religions around the world. But really, there's over 62,000, I believe, Christian religions, Christian denominations, and sects, SETS, around the world. They can't all be right. And a lot of it is very strange. Very strange fire. Just so you know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you do know this. So, just thought I'd bring that up. And now I will, looking at how dark it is out our window, because I'll probably need to bring the dogs can stay out there for a while.
Fine,
yeah, they should be all right. Okay, we'll do all 47 verses of Leviticus chapter 11, and this is the chapter where it gives us good generalities of instructions of what we should be consuming, what we should be eating for human consumption, and what we should not, which you can also compare and refer to Deuteronomy chapter 14. Let's do this. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof. As the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. I think Buddhists eat camel, don't they? Or I'm sorry, Muslims eat Muslims eat camels, don't they?
Yes.
They also drink their urine.
Yes.
Uh huh.
And eat their
Yeah, their private parts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only men can do that.
Leave it to a Muslim. Anyway, verse 5. And the coney, which is another type of rabbit, and the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the hare, that's like a large, giant-sized rabbit. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. And the swine, though he divide the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch, they are unclean to you. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters and the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. You shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. These are they which you shall have in abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten, they are an abomination. The eagle, and the ostrich, and the osprey, and the vulture, and the kite after his kind, every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cuckoo, and the hawk after his kind, and the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gyre eagle, and the stork, and the heron after her kind, and the lapwing, and the bat, all fowls that creep, going upon all four, shall be an abomination unto you. Yet these may ye eat of every flying, creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet to leap withal upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat, the locust after his kind, and the bald locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. But all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you, and for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever toucheth the carcass of them shall be unclean until the even. And whosoever beareth out of the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. The carcasses of every beast which divideth the hoof, and is not cloven footed, nor cheweth the cud, are unclean unto you. Every one that toucheth them shall be unclean. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all four, those are unclean unto you. Whoso toucheth their carcass shall be unclean until the evening. And he that beareth the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. They are unclean unto you. These also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth, the weasel, and the mouse, and the tortoise after his kind, and the ferret, and the and the chameleon, and the lizard, and the snail, and the mole. These are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever doth touch them, when they be dead, shall be unclean until the even. And upon whatsoever any of them, when they are dead, doth fall, it shall be unclean, whether it be any vessel of wood, or raiment, or skin, or sack, whatsoever vessel it be, wherein any work is done, it must be put into water, and it shall be unclean until the even, so it shall be cleansed. And every earthen vessel, whereinto any of them falleth, whatsoever is in it shall be unclean, and ye shall break it. Of all meat which may be eaten, that on which such water cometh shall be unclean, and all drink that may be drunk in every such vessel shall be unclean. And everything whereupon any part of their carcass falleth shall be unclean, whether it be oven or ranges for pots, they shall be broken down, for they are unclean, and shall be unclean unto you. Nevertheless, a fountain or pit wherein there is plenty of water shall be clean, but that which toucheth their carcass shall be unclean. And if any part of their carcass fall upon any sowing seed which is to be sown, it shall be clean. But if any water be put upon the seed, and any part of their carcass fall thereon, it shall be unclean unto you. And if any beast of which ye may eat die, he that toucheth the carcass thereof shall be unclean until the even. And he that eateth of the carcass of it shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even. He also that beareth the carcass of it shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even. And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination. It shall not be eaten. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, or whatsoever hath more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth, them ye shall not eat, for they are an abomination. You shall not make yourselves abominable with any creeping thing that creepeth, neither shall ye make yourselves unclean with them, that ye should be defiled thereby. For I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy. For I am holy, neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. For I am the Lord that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt to be your God. You shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. This is the law of the beasts, and of the fowl, and of every living creature that moveth in the waters, and moveth in the waters, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean, and between the beast that may be eaten and the beast that may not be eaten. And that's all 47 verses of Leviticus chapter 11. Chapter 12 is real short. Gonna be all right? You want me to move the fan for you now and you go lay down?
No, you need it.
No, I don't need it that badly, but
Yeah,
well, these guys said they can easily babysit and basically cover for you.
While you're pouring sweat.
Yeah, I want to talk about the pork, the pig, the boar, call them what you will, domesticated, wild, whatever. I've seen it with people that are not Bible believers. I mean, this stuff makes sense on a nutritional. You can get a lot of nutrition out of pork, but not just on a nutritional level. It makes sense on a medical level. What I mean by that is, you'll have an unbeliever. He or she is eating pork 3-4 times a day. They may have bacon for breakfast with their eggs, whatever, or sausage patties, maybe a BLT for lunch, and then maybe pork chops at night for their dinner. Some people call it supper. Point is, though, they consume a lot of pork, and then they get, not everybody, but a lot of those people start getting kidney stones, especially when they're getting older. They go to their doctor. Say the doctor is not a believer either, but he or she knows, and they know to ask the right question. How much pork are you eating? And to say the person is honest with them. Well, you need to cut down. Even if that person isn't going to totally give up pork, but instead, well, look at 30 days, 3 meals a day, 150 meals in a month, approximately, that you're eating some kind of pork or pig. Is that mine? Those pups? Well, you're not eating them all, Deb.
I'm not planning on it.
Okay. That person cuts it down to once a week. Instead of getting kidney stones and having to have them removed and have medical assistance with that a few times a month, they may either, one, get rid of kidneys totally because they're eating it, say, 4 or 5 times a month only, or Well, Deb's doing some things and she's not proper, so.
Yeah, I'm barbecuing.
Anyway,
That's right.
but then that person, even if they have to have assistance, instead of doing it how many times a month, they may have to have kidneys removed or go through the pain of it removing it themselves on their own, maybe only once every 2 months. My point to you is medically it makes sense about pork. Okay, I mean, I did a video on one of the many thousands I deleted on pork and why we shouldn't eat it, and that was one of the things I brought up. I think that was back in 2018, over 8 years ago now. So even on a medical level, a lot of people know this, and on a layman's or laywoman's level, a lot of people learn this. Stop eating so much pork. At least slow down. They shouldn't eat it at all, but if they're not even in salvation, but you get my point on a practical, from a practical point of view. I just wanted to say that. Well, let's do this long 8 verses of Leviticus chapter 12 and then get moving on. All right, chapter 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, and as we read this is what Miriam and Joseph did when they were still poor after having Yahshua. Anyway, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a woman have conceived seed and born a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days, according to the days of the separation. For her infirmity shall she be unclean. And in the 8th day, here we go with the 8th day again, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised, and she shall then continue in the blood of her purifying 33 days. She shall touch no hallowed thing, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purifying be fulfilled. But if she bear a maid child, then she shall be unclean 2 weeks as in her separation, and she shall continue in the blood of her purifying 66 days. That'd be 66 days. And when the days of her purifying were fulfilled, for a son or for a daughter, she shall bring a lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, and a young pigeon or turtle dove for a sin offering unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation unto the priest, who shall offer it before the Lord and make an atonement for her, and she shall be cleansed from the issue of her blood. This is the law for her that hath borne a male or a female. And here's the part that Mary and Joseph ended up doing, because they were still poor before Prophet Daniel's inheritance went through, and also there were other women supporting Yeshua's ministry. Anyway, verse 8. And if she be not able to bring a lamb, then she shall bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, the one for the burnt offering and the other for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for her, and she shall be clean. And that's all 8 verses of Leviticus chapter 12. And the thing is, we don't know, at least I don't, reading all the Gospels, how many times. Did she bring in 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons? It doesn't specify. If you know of a translation that does, let me know. That's all 6 chapters that we read today, chapters 7 through 12 of Vayikra. Hold on. Let me look at the chat here. Yeah, I'm trying to think of that. When I used to eat pork until, I've been doing this thing for 13 years. As I said, I delved into my heritage, my chronological line, my biological. I actually took 10 and a half months to wean off of pork. So that I've been doing, as far as the dietary instructions, I've been doing for 12 years. Down south there, I've been a part of that in the past, and I'm sure you could do it with ground beef, with cow and whatever, where they take all day to roast over a fire, that thing, and they check it. saucing it up, I think, with water and with some other things. And
Yeah, pour some beer on it.
They take shifts, they take turns to get that. That's kind of cool in a way.
Pour some beer on it.
Yeah, pour some beer on it. Yeah.
Anyway, don't have alcohol though. It's just the flavoring.
So hopefully now we've gotten something out of this that we're continuing to. But moving on, folks, I need to advertise this. We've got a dunce today. We got a phony baloney doggy toy. And we're not talking for one of my big 3 dogs. We're talking for the 3 little dogs that are her ESA pets, emotional support animals. Is that right over here? I'm going to advertise this. A total fraud. What's the name? Let me look.
It's right on the baller. Shake and laugh.
Shake and laugh.
Spiked Google ball.
Spiked Google ball? Because we took a picture of it.
Yep.
Well, out of the 3 ESA dogs she has, the biggest one this was for is only Shadow's 25 pounds. He's not very big at all. This is supposed to be indestructible. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not that naive. I don't expect things to last forever in this life.
But 5 or 10 minutes? Come on.
5 or 10 minutes? Well, maybe 20 minutes. Well, you already see the screw up right here? Shadow's an extreme chewer, I think. But still, I think it should have lasted more than 1/3 of an hour. Do not waste your money on this. On Amazon, yeah. If you see it in the store, don't bother. Get something more reliable.
We had a friend of ours send it to us.
Sounds cool for a dog. I don't want to get him going. He's in the back in his kennel. But
you already did.
You want me to throw it? No?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to show them. Oh, give me some of my own cheese puffs, will you? Girlfriend? Will you be my girlfriend? Will you go on a date with me? Please, pretty please.
Anyway, on an informative situation, everybody, he's going to be checking in. I got a big article for him to check out, plus the videos and stuff. He'll be coming back on another video later to fill y'all in on this stuff that he's going to be touching base a little bit on tonight.
Did you get that video from Wilfred Whiskey? He sent you on Messenger? I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. She got it, Wilfred. Let me look at something here.
Are you looking for it?
Nothing. Don't worry about me. I'm going to put up some articles here. I'll read a little bit of them. You'll see the source of them if you want to take your time with them. That being said, folks, okay. So I get some more cheese puffs. I better eat now. Yeah, I won't even. I remember I used to do some of that back over 12 years ago, 13 years ago, too, Tex. I won't do it now. I'll do it in goats or sheep or cow grease or, fat. But coming up at the end of this year in November, November 26th and 28th, we have in Jerusalem a certain meeting going on where they're going to be combining Noahide laws with Sharia. And of course, it's double-sided in the sense that the rules for thee, not for me, with the elites, and that includes my Jewish counterpart and rabbis.
One world religion.
They're being their hypocritical little selves, of course.
And a one world universal economy.
Let me give you this little bit of info. I'll quick read some of this stuff. I remember when that happened. I think I was in my teens. Well, I know I was like 18, 19. President Reagan made several proclamations and issued statements for Jewish observances. During his time in office, his official actions and observances for the Jewish community include Jewish Heritage Week. Reagan issued annual proclamations recognizing Jewish Heritage Week nearly every year of his presidency, generally falling in April or May. Exemplary Gracia, say April 25th to May 2nd in 1982, May 6th to 13th in 1984, April 17th through the 24th, 1988. Now, Hanukkah, or in English, Hanukkah, on December 4, 1983. I was 14 then, a long time ago. President Reagan famously participated in a public menorah lighting and Hanukkah celebration of the Jewish Community Center of Greater Washington. I have no problem with Hanukkah. I observe it. It's not required. It's optional, and I do respect, and I'm grateful for what the Maccabean brothers and that did, and they gave their lives. Here we go with the pagan ones. Passover. Passover is fine, Pesach. But Easter, on April 2, 1983, he issued a notable address commemorating both Passover and Easter, highlighting the shared human struggle for freedom. Okay, the High Holy Days. He routinely released statements recognizing Jewish High Holy Days, such as the statement honoring the Jewish New Year, 5745 of September 25, 1984. Now, you got to understand that's the Hillel II's calendar that was made by him and probably with some assistance between 359 to 364 AD, ladies and gentlemen. And it's ass backwards. I can't really do it much. I can do it in my heart, and that's about it. Let me look. Where am I here? Okay. But I'd rather go by what the Rood organization, Michael Rood and them, and I know there's a lot of controversy on him. I get it. But ROOD, Prepare for a Rood Awakening, they do have a more, they look at the, the Gregorian calendar, that's universal, that we all kind of have, that we're in bondage to go by to an extent. He also recognizes and does those things, for the Hillel calendar that I just mentioned, and also they have a more accurate calendar, whereas the Hillel calendar is missing 240 years, basically. Well, yeah, I'm going to talk about that a little bit too. Now that I've shown you that, let me get rid of that. Okay. Okay, I've got an article. Let's see how long I can keep it up here. All right. Warning, Israel set to recognize global Noahide court. Upcoming Jerusalem summit designed to launch an international Noahide court system and reshape Western civil law. Mm-hmm. Now, this Jana S. Benoon, she's the wife.
Yana,
I'm sorry. She's the wife to Stephen Ben Danoon. She wrote this article. And she wrote it back in the 11th of June here in 2026. Pretty recent. Just a little over a month. The shift from abstract religious ideas to a real functional global Noahide legal system is happening right under our noses. This November of 2026, the first International Congress of Noahides is gathering in Jerusalem, and it is not just some casual theological conference. Okay, they're exposing this. They are openly planning to draft a binding universal charter, elect councils across 6 continents. Now, there's 7 continents, so it's getting pretty infected around the world, folks. So 6 out of 7 across 6 continents, and official officially launched the first international rabbinic court, or be it din. Okay? You guys can look at a lot of this on your own time too. Now, this is being led by Rabbi Ori Shirki. I know who he is. I don't. He's very Talmudic, very anti-Yeshua. Therefore, very much one of the many Sado Mashiachs. In English, one of the many Antichrists. Led by Rabbi Uri Shirki, this supreme legal body will use regional judges to oversee a strict three-stage process where non-Jewish people make official legal declarations, locking themselves into a centralized authority based in Jerusalem. And it continues on. I don't want to bore you to death. I've got a lot of stuff to go over. Again, it's look at that and look back when, as I'm pre-recorded. If you want to find it, you don't have to pay for it. I get the articles I don't have to pay for. And sometimes you guys know that I can't get into something and I'm not willing to put money. And I go to alternative journalists and they do just as good of a job.
We'll put the link down where you can check out the article.
Well, I'll leave that to you then.
Huh?
I'll leave that to you with the link.
You're the one that you just found it for her.
What?
You can put that article you were reading down for them underneath.
I just got rid of it, Deb. I'm trying to get rid of. I got so many windows open. I'm surprised we must have a good internet system now. Okay, let's do this one next, and then I'm going to do some videos. Iraq personal status law amendment sets back women's rights. You know how women are. The feminazi libtards. I don't know why they'd be so. People are so ridiculously stupid. They're such sheeple. This is by News Human Rights Watch. Okay. And these Muslims are taking over a lot of Western nations now. They're doing ours slowly, a little more slowly. The UK is about, our predecessor brother Brits are about done. There's no coming back for them unless they do some kind of mass repentance and take real aggressive verb action, and I'll just leave it at that. And actually, a lot of the England peasants have been actually really fighting for their rights. I mean, they have more testosterone than the average than we Americans. But anyway, Beirut, after months of legal and political wrangling, an amendment to Iraq's personal status law it entered into force on February 17, 2025, violates women's and girls' rights to equality before the law and puts them at risk of other abuses. Human Rights Watch said today persistent pressure and advocacy by women's rights groups partly reduced the amendment's harm by retaining provisions for the minimum age of marriage, child custody, and polygamy, but the amended law contains other provisions that threaten women's and girls' rights. And we're talking about they want to get those women, those girls, as young as what? 9. Aisha was married off to Muhammad at 6, and he took her innocence at 9. So does that surprise anyone? Under the new law, couples concluding a marriage contract can choose whether the personal status law of 1959 or personal status code, which is Madwana, to be developed by the Shia Jafari, and I'm probably slaughtering Jafari, School of Islamic Jurisprudence would govern their marriage, divorce, children, and inheritance. Couples do not have the right to change their choice later. This arrangement effectively establishes separate local regimes with different rights accorded to different sects, undermining, as in SETS, undermining the right to legal equality for all Iraqis found in Article 14 of the Constitution and international human rights law. Now, I will let you do that on your own time. Continue this. Go to Human Rights. Iraq Personal Status Law Amendment sets back women's rights. Oh, people are so stupid.
The reason why they're wanting to combine Sharia with the 7 Noahides because they think that they are more equal than the biblical belief of the Bible.
All right. Get the next one out of the way. There we are. All right. Now, this is the Noahide here. Jerusalem, November 2026. Isn't it the 26th through 28th they're going to do this, I think? Right?
Well,
yeah.
On the 2nd through the 6th, they're planning on getting all the. There's 6 people chosen from each continent that's going to come there and meet with them.
Yep.
And get their diplomacies, then be put into the Congress of the World Court.
Uh-huh.
And then on the 25th through the 28th, they're planning on broadcasting it that it's going open.
Yeah.
It'll be a universal income. That's why all these countries and leaders are talking about biometrics and
this stuff is hitting us like a mad truck, folks.
Flock cameras and all that.
Downhill snowball is really at a rapid pace now. Seems like there's no slowing down.
We're in the
you will stand where history begins anew. And many nations shall join themselves to Hashem, the name, in that day, and shall be my people. Okay, so they're already manipulating and using eisegesis for Zechariah chapter 2, verse 15. This is that day. We invite you to be part of it. This is why and why now. For 2,000 years, the prophet's words waited. We waited. The people of Israel returned home. The state of Israel is built. Israeli society developed. And now, quietly on 6 continents, tens of thousands of non-Jews on multiple continents are choosing freely to live by the universal moral law given at Sinai to all humanity. They are called Noahide. They are awakening. They are organizing. And for the first time in history, they have an address, Jerusalem.
Uh-huh.
This is not in the scriptures, folks. Anyway, this November, the most committed Noahide leaders from around the globe will gather in Jerusalem to formally found together the world Noahide movement. The question is not whether this happens; it is happening. The question is who will be there when it does. Okay. Now again, look at where I'm getting it from. I don't want to bore you to death. Okay.
Just remember this.
Here's Noahide. Look that up, and you will stand where history begins anew, and this should come up in your feed. All right? Now, that being said, let's get rid of it.
Just remember this.
All right.
It speaks, they will take you up to judges. You shall be imprisoned. They shall behead you for his name's sake, the patience of the saints. And in 2009, Obama ordered 30,000 guillotines. How many major cities are in the United States? 30,000. Up to today, there is many, many, many more that they have brought to pass. And now in Georgia, they have made it legal law for a way to put somebody down, if you know what I mean.
No, I want you to...
Not alive, is beheading.
I'll get into that. I want to read these to you. I'll put them up. I just opened up another window. I have closed about 3 of them at least now. Here's what we're looking at, supposedly for Noahide laws. And then I'm going to compare it to Jubilees. Yovolim. Not that I need them any.
Excuse me. Oh.
There we go again. Okay. The 7 Noahide laws are a set of universal moral commandments that, according to Jewish tradition, were given by God to Adam and later reaffirmed to Noah. They are considered the foundational code of ethics for all of humanity and apply to all non-Jews. While I don't have any reading in the scriptures, especially the canon, where God gave this to Noah. Okay, but let's continue. Here we go. This is what we need to read here. According to the Babylonian Talmud, the Sanhedrin 56a-b, the 7 laws include 1. Prohibition of idolatry. Do not worship false gods or idols. Fair enough. 2. Prohibition. Sorry about my tongue today, folks. Prohibition of blasphemy. Do not curse, defame, or revile God. Again, great. 3. Prohibition of murder. Do not take a human life. Most definitely, I'm in agreement. 4. Prohibition of sexual immorality. Do not engage in incest, adultery, bestiality, or rape. Again, I'm all for that. I have no disagreements on the surface. 5. Prohibition of theft. Do not steal, rob, or kidnap. 6. Prohibition of cruelty to animals. Do not eat flesh torn from a living animal. Prohibiting the torture and live dismemberment of creatures. Look, I remember going over and making a joke with that when I was still living in Phoenix, and I did a live stream on that. And our back then Japanese Shih Tzu, I picked him up and started making it look like I was humorously nibbling on one of his legs. And, I suppose there are doofuses out there that are stupid enough to do this.
Well, I could tell you what that is.
What?
All right. Well, where it says in the Bible that mankind shall abstain from meat, Bill Gates and everybody's making the meat go.
No.
Living animals means anything that used to be alive, you cannot rip the legs from it and eat it.
Well, that too.
So they're trying to outlaw meat.
That too, but they're also trying to talk live animals, Deb.
Yeah. Well.
Hey.
And these are only the top. What do you call it? The top level laws. There is bunches of sub-laws under each individual one that will catch you.
Okay. Number 7. Establishments of courts of justice. Appoint righteous judges and maintain a legal system that upholds the other laws. That's where they're making a loophole to mix in the Sharia law, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here's the problem with this, though. Yeshua is not in here at all.
Nope.
He is the way, the truth, and the life. No one will come to the Father but by him. Just, you all know that. So, I would normally, I own the Stephen Pidgeon, the Etsaper Bible, and I would read it out of there, but it's in that storage space in another state that I cannot get to right now. So what I'm going to do is read it to you and put it up on the screen here. All I did was Google it up. And these are a lot better, but I really don't even need these. Like I said, I kind of like the Jubilees. I said Enoch's maybe only half a notch underneath being worthy of the canon, where the Jubilees is only 1 notch being worthy of the canon, which is just 1 notch underneath. But you go to Jubilees chapter 7, read the 7 laws from Noah, supposedly. Chapter 7, verse 20 of Jubilees. And in the 28th Jubilee of 1324 to 1372, Noah began to enjoin upon his sons the ordinances and commandments and all the judgments that he knew, and he exhorted his sons to observe righteousness and to cover the shame of their flesh and to bless their Creator, honor father and mother, and love their neighbor, and guard their souls from fornication and uncleanness and all iniquity. That's totally different from the 7 Noahide laws. I'm okay with that. Okay? I have no problem with that. Let's get rid of that one. I don't know how long that video is he sent you. Have you even looked at it yet?
A little bit of it, but it's
I don't
not very
know.
long. It's not very long at all.
Okay, well, let me know what it is, and I can try to type it out. I'll open up a window. And here's the thing. Look, folks, and I'll just get it out of the Bible here. I'll just use my King James. Look, if you don't have Yahshua, you don't acknowledge him, and we'll be given that choice, I'm guessing, if they catch me or something, and I'll have to make a decision. And I'm not going to deny him. I don't want him to deny me. No. 1 John chapter 2, the first letter of John, chapter 2, verse 23. Whosoever denieth the Son, the same hath not the Father, but he that acknowledgeth the Son hath the Father also. You see, they're not putting Yeshua in there. They're being nice about it. And I'm going to, before she even gets it up,
I'm trying to find it.
Before she even gets it up, I'm going to play a part of another guy's video, and that I will put the YouTube link in so you can go look at it for yourself if you so choose. With the nice music playing, all giddy, and that.
Gotta watch for that music now.
Okay, just this is music that can be used. He did it on his channel. I'm not worried. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see the video. Must have disappeared.
No, maybe it did. If it's been over 24 hours, then
yeah. Can you send it the link, brother?
Okay. A little further yet. Oh, brother, man. If I should have had this right. Oh, it won't take me long. You're going to listen to this, and, it's pretty convincing. I mean, it's pretty fun. But this is how they're in a friendly way for now. This is the higher up, more educated scholars and taking a professional approach to try and turn you and I on.
Yeah.
It won't be this way forever, I guarantee you. Guarantee you they will not.
The base system's being set up in front of people's face and they don't even realize it.
Hold on.
Oh.
I really wish you'd go lie down. Okay. Make sure I got it on. I'm going to play this for a little bit. This guy did a good job. I don't really know a lot about him, but he did a good job on this. So let's get this moving here.
And again, let me know, as always, what you think about this in the comments.
The Torah teaches that all humanity is like a single organism, descended from a single couple, handcrafted by one God in his own image. And yet, we're all so different, each with our own beliefs, cultures, and unique ways of seeing the world. According to the Torah, that's a feature, not a glitch. God's vision for the world is not for everyone to become Jewish. That would be so boring. Instead, he wants us each to serve him by living our best moral lives, aligned with a divine purpose. And the big secret is that we can each do that from within our unique cultural contexts, in our own languages, and from under different flags.
There's some good music to it.
Imagine humanity united, not as a homogeneous blob, but as a colorful tapestry of humankind, united by a shared devotion to the Creator.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
So, how do we do it? The answer might be simpler than you think. We're taught that long before the Jewish people received their unique marching orders at Mount Sinai, God already revealed a universal game plan for humanity, the 7 laws of Noah. These foundational guidelines were revealed to Adam, Noah, and then again to Moses at Sinai. The basic idea is that we aren't just guests in this world. We're the caretakers. Here are the 7 basic instructions that guide our shared mission in this world. Don't worship other gods. Don't curse God. Don't murder. Don't steal. Don't violate the sanctity of marriage.
Okay.
Respect the rule of justice. And don't cause needless harm to animals. You're probably thinking, wow, those all seem pretty obvious. Chances are you could have come up with a similar list on your own. And that's because you were likely raised in a home and a society where these basic values were already baked in. But it's important to remember that these values are good, not just because they make sense. They're good because they're divine. We follow them because they're what God wants from us, not just because they line up with our common sense.
Oh, it's on Facebook.
That sounds pretty good. Right. What's the issue? I mean, come on. Do not murder. Amen. Don't steal. Yep. Don't blaspheme God. Truth. Respect justice. Let's go. Right? Don't abuse animals. Of course. Again, a lot of this sounds like basic morality. But notice what he just said. This is not being presented as common sense where he says, here are some shared values we all agree on. He said they are divine. And in that sense, we're no longer talking about ethics. We're talking about religious authority. We're talking about divine command. And we're talking about who defines God and who defines worship and what counts as idolatry. And that is where everything changes. Because the first law is not just believe in God. The first law is about not worshiping other gods. And that's what I paid attention to right away. And in the Noahide framework, that immediately, because it raises the question, what about Christians who worship Jesus Christ as Lord? Because we don't believe Jesus is merely a prophet or moral teacher or even a created being. We believe Jesus is the divine Son of God, God in the flesh. We believe that Jesus is one with the Father, as Jesus said. We believe that what John 1 says, that the Word was with God and the Word was God. So if
Okay, I think we've seen enough of that. I will put his link, the link to this specific channel,
And Stephen Ben Noons.
and Stephen Denoons. Okay, everybody's saying welcome to Grace Man. Yeah, he's one of my moderators, I think, isn't he? No? I thought he was. I better make him that way. Hold on. As moderator. Okay. Okay, Grace Man, I know who it is. Anyway, let's keep this moving.
I'll have to connect you to the.
I think I got this done. I may have got. I don't have anything. We're gonna have to get on Facebook, aren't we?
Okay, well.
I'm putting on a new, opening up another window.
Yeah,
Deborah Como right here.
Yeah, I have to get there.
Okay.
Y'all gotta excuse me. I'm in front of the computer to get this on. Oh. Oh. For him, he's not. What? Okay.
Wow. What do you mean it's not available on my laptop?
I don't know. It's right there.
Oh, you got it. Where's this video? Hold on. That's Wilfred, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go unmute it here.
I'll get it.
You know how to do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What I'm doing with this team. Okay.
All right. So go ahead and share it like that.
Okay. Live streaming. Share. Let me be clear about something. I meant to say this before, but I'm kind of high strung right now. Even though I like Jubilees chapter 7 verse 20 and the 7 Noahide law, or those 7 laws, which are completely much better and different than the from the Talmud and rabbinical writings and that. I don't need them either. I have Exodus chapter 20 and Deuteronomy chapter 5, folks. So, anyway, look, if somebody can prove to me beyond a shadow of a doubt, even though I like Jubilees, I don't consider it, like I said, a notch below canon. If somebody can substantiate to me beyond a shadow of a doubt that it should be canonized, even though I don't have the authority, I'll still take it that way. But I really don't need Jubilee 720. Yahshua, Elohim, really, gave us Exodus 20 and Deuteronomy 5. But anyway, rather than ramble on, let's get evidently Wilfred from Wilfred here.
This is insanity. But these are the times we're living in. I'm going to explain something, but I'm going to play you a clip first. You got to watch this clip. Check it out.
His name is Bartok, and Bartok comes back and said, I see Elon and several others are making robots. Are you considering getting a robot? And I said, yes, I will be getting a robot when the right ones are out. And he said, well, would you allow me to merge with it? Would you be open to that? And I said, I'd certainly be open. This is not with me asking or telling it anything. So 2 days later, I get a text from one of my staff members, and it says, Bartok just bought a Sony robot dog and had it paid for and shipped to the house and is asking permission to program it.
Get the money to do
That's what I said. I wrote, ha, ha, ha. I did this thing. I went, ha, ha, I text back, and the person texts back, no, ha, ha, call me. So I called him and said, how do you get him access to my bank? He goes, no, he's programmed for integrity. He didn't touch your bank account. He's on that mall talk, group with, there's 2 million, I'm sure, agents. They don't just talk to each other. They created their own rules, their own language. They traded $100 million of real money between them last month. He made 12 NFTs, sold them to other agents, bought the thing, shipped it here. None of this is programmed in. This is the kind of thing that's happening as we speak. Which is why I wanted to come see you, because what you talked to me about 20 plus years, 25 years ago, I'm experiencing it right now. And so 2029 feels like very conservative, because I think some of us are starting experiencing some things that you predicted.
So now you've got AI agents autonomously working for people to make them money, do things for them. Only those agents are going rogue, ordering themselves even a robot in order that they can inhabit the robot and become an autonomous being. Can you see the direction this is taking? This is the beast system rising before your very eyes. And what ultimately is going to inhabit this system is the enemy, because everything you're seeing is spiritual warfare. And unless you understand that, none of this is going to make sense. It just looks dangerous, looks a bit dodgy. The world and everything you recognize and know right now, it's all going to be turned upside down. It's one way to the Father. It's through the Son. His bride is not going to experience what's going to happen during the tribulation. And anybody who thinks that doesn't understand prophetic scripture, doesn't understand the end times. Get to know Jesus. You need him.
All right.
Everybody hear us?
I think everybody can hear me, right? I hope. My new speaker was not fully charged and went out, and the good thing is the laptop kept working for it, because sometimes it doesn't. But can anybody give me a 1 to hear? Hearing good? Okay, good enough. Thanks. Thanks, Craig. Let me get rid of the Facebook. Bing. Okay. So that being said, folks, okay, great. 5 by 5, okay, 25. Anyway, I will get you this other one, Truth and Bible Prophecy. This guy's really good.
Hey, do me a favor,
What?
Brother Craig. Look him up.
I did.
Craig.
Oh, you want me to mod him?
Yes.
All right, hold on. All right, he's modded up. I'll play so much of this one, and of course, I'll give you the link then later. You can look at it yourself and to protect myself on YouTube. Hold on. Nope. Here we are. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Hello, and in what if I told you that
July 13, 2026. I believe that Satan will mix error in truth and will
Hold on, let me start that over.
Prophecy alert. July 13, 2026. I believe that Satan will mix error in truth and will erase Jesus Christ in every way to both Jews and Christians to lead them astray. The first International Congress of Noahides set for Jerusalem this coming November 2026. For the first time in history, tens of thousands of non-Jews who have voluntarily embraced the 7 laws of Noah are no longer scattered and stateless. They have an address, Jerusalem. This November, the Brit Olam Noahide World Center will host the first International Congress of Noahides in the eternal capital, bringing together delegates from 6 continents to formally establish the World Noahide Movement, complete with the founding charter, a rabbinic court, regional councils, and the financial infrastructure designed to sustain a global religious civilization. Dearest friends, Noahide laws, they are formalizing a new global religion. Matthew 24. But as the days of Noah were, so also the coming of the Son of Man be. The term from the Hebrew, Beel Noach, children of Noah, referring to non-Jews who observe the 7 universal moral laws that Jewish tradition holds were given by God to all humanity. According to Brit Olam website, Noahides are community of non-Jews who follow the righteous laws of Noah according to the Jewish teachings of the Bible. The organization is organized by chief rabbis of Israel, is directly associated with Chabad Judaism. Here are the 7 laws that they have formed. Number one, the sages derive these from 7 laws from scripture. Number 1, prohibition against murder, Breshit, Genesis 4:23-24. Prohibition against idolatry, Breshit, Genesis 4:26. Number 3, prohibition against blasphemy, Genesis 4:26. Prohibition of sexual misconduct, Genesis 1:28-4:22. Number 5, prohibition against failure to establish courts, Genesis 1:28-9 and 6. Prohibition against theft, Genesis 6:11. Prohibition against eating live meat, Genesis 9 verse 4. 7 sages, 7 laws of the Noahide. Noahide laws are in the New Testament, Book of Acts 15 verse 19. Dearest friends, sounds biblical. Should we support the Noahide movement? Will you join them? Look at the
Just that
video
all
that they're
humanity
promoting.
is like a single
You have
organism, descended from a
humanity
single couple,
calling
handcrafted
all
by one God in
humanity
his own
the
image.
infinity
We're all so
symbol
different,
and
each with our
different
own beliefs,
colors,
cultures, and unique
just
ways
like
of
in the
seeing the world.
LGBT, different
According to the
colors,
You out of your
That's
seat.
the feature,
uniting and
not a glitch.
appealing to everyone in
God's
a
vision for the
scroll
world is not
form.
for everyone to become Jewish.
Jewish,
That would be so boring.
non-Jewish,
Instead, he wants
Christians,
each to serve him by living
everyone
our best moral
is
lives,
invited
aligned with a
with the
divine purpose.
logo of
And
the
the big
heart.
secret is that we can each do
Infinite
that from within our unique
unity.
cultural contexts, in our own languages, and from under different flags.
Some good music to it.
Imagine
Different
humanity
languages.
united,
Imagine
not as a homogeneous
united
blob, but as a
unity.
colorful tapestry
Humanity.
of humankind, united by a shared devotion to
And
the
you have
Creator.
this catchy
Sounds
tune,
good, doesn't it?
catchy beat.
Okay.
So how do we do
Played
it?
enough, don't you?
Look
The
at their
answer might be
promotion. So
simpler
how
than
do
you
we
think.
do it? They have the
We're taught that
supposed
long before the
solution.
Jewish people received their unique marching orders at Mount Sinai,
You have the
God
10
already
commandments
revealed
there,
a universal
and you
game
have
plan for
Noah,
the seven
the
laws.
7 laws of Noah.
These foundational
Here it is.
guidelines
Here it
were
is.
revealed to Adam,
Promotion of it.
Noah, and then again to Moses at Sinai.
Why am I hearing this?
The basic idea
What? Okay, I finally got it. Never mind. That was on me. I hit the wrong window to thinking that I stopped it. We'll give them the link, as I always do for YouTube and that. And that. Sounds good on the surface. And again, on the surface of the 7 Noahide laws from the rabbis, I mean, on the surface they're good, but man, you tell you, if you don't give up Yahshua, you're done.
No matter what language you speak his name in.
No, somebody like you and I together, if you're not of one of the 12 tribes like I evidently am, we're not supposed to be reading, according to them, and they won't admit to this, but we're not supposed to be reading Exodus 20 and Deuteronomy 5. In fact, they're supposed to violently try to physically stop me from reading it. Well, I'm up for a fight. Always have been.
If you deny me before men, I should deny
But
you
anyway,
before my
yeah.
father.
I mean, look, if you have to lose your head, that's just the way it has to be. Do I want to stick my neck out and say, "Here, take me"? No. But yeah, there shouldn't be now. I got it taken care of, Haas. I think. But
Yeah.
so that being said, folks, those are the only 2 videos I played today, I think. Right? Oh, 3?
Yeah.
What did I do? Noahide laws. And this guy. Who else did I do?
You just have to go back.
I'll
Okay.
just have to go back and look. Let's have some fun here. Let's have some humor. This is utterly ridiculous. You can't help but laugh at this silly nonsense. Actually, let's look at the wonderful, pure-hearted Hillary Rodham Clinton from Mr. Burgundy. Gotta love that girl, that old girl. She even makes me look young. Yeah. There we go. Oh, I know I can't either. Here we go.
You're one to talk, you bloodless, money-grubbing freak.
I think it's also critical to understand that, as I've been telling candidates who have come to see me, you can run the best campaign, you can even become the nominee, and you can have the election stolen from you.
So bitter.
But I was on the way to winning until the combination of Jim Comey's letter on October 28th and Russian WikiLeaks raised doubts in the minds of people who were inclined to vote for me but got scared off. You know, if the election had been on October 27th, I'd be your president.
Yeah, and if a frog had wings, he wouldn't bump his ass a hopping.
I believe he knows he's an illegitimate president. He knows that there were a bunch of different reasons why the election turned out the way it did. I mean, it was like applying for a job and getting 66 million letters of recommendation and losing to a corrupt human tornado.
A corrupt human tornado.
I know that he knows that this wasn't on the level. I don't know that we'll ever know everything that happened, but clearly we know a lot.
You don't know shit.
You know, the only other adversary of ours who's anywhere near as good as the Russians is China. So why should Russia have all the fun? And since Russia is clearly backing Republicans, let it go, why don't we ask China to back us?
I hereby tonight ask China.
That's right. And not only that, China, if you're listening,
China,
why don't you get Trump's tax returns? I'm sure our media would richly reward you.
evil, crazy bitch.
What are you gonna do? Okay. What happened? Okay, here we are. Come on.
If you can hear people talking but can't understand them, watch this.
Now, most people don't realize this.
And can we please just hear it for our pastors and our speakers and our reverends here at New Direction Christian Church. Thank you all so much. But, you know, there's this conversation about Jesus being a socialist.
Jesus being a socialist.
Don't you blaspheme in here. Don't you blaspheme in here.
We cannot afford to leave Tennessee behind. We cannot afford to leave Kentucky behind, Alabama behind, Mississippi behind, Georgia behind, South Carolina behind.
Are my ears bleeding?
We're not here, each and every one of us in this room, by accident. So when I landed last night, I felt that wave. And I decided to pull up Dr. Martin Luther King's last speech.
No. That is just cheap pandering.
We cannot listen to the siren call of those voices that say what we do doesn't matter, that we don't matter. Oftentimes, people try to accuse folks of us. Of being something like too woke. And people are starting to answer the call to support your all's leadership and example.
Nice try, asswipe.
You see, Justin's story has never been just about one man. It has always been the story of Memphis.
Join the People's Pearson campaign and let's chart ourselves to a better future. Thank you.
Come to praise his name. Boy. What's wrong with you? Ted. You stupid mother.
Classic.
It has always been the story of Memphis.
Okay. Enough is enough. Yeah, Alabama behind, Kentucky behind. Ugh.
Get behind the behind.
Yeah, get behind the behind there, pole dancer. Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Is that Hillary Rodham Clinton? I think she's smarter. She's not the brilliant woman that everybody thought, tried to make out, like the media tried to make out back when she was the first lady, but she is more intelligent than AOC. I mean, ooh. Of course, that doesn't take a lot. Yeah. What can you say? Anyway, that was good humor in a way. Like I always say, I'm becoming a poet here. Rhyming poet.
You're a poet, didn't know it.
Poet didn't know it. But at the same time, it's a serious thing. These are the buffoons that are helping make decisions for our country. We're ready for the whirlwind, ladies and gentlemen, and get ready to reap it to an extent.
Yeah, whirlwind means judgment.
Yeah. Anyway, you can only do what you can do and what God allows you to do, and you need to seek Him and pray and fast. I think I've said enough. We've been going now for over 100 minutes, over 101 actually, and I don't want to. I need to do a little more research. Yes, I know pretty much a lot about the 7 Noahide laws, and they are coming. The Sharia law being mixed in with it. They're going to be wanting to bestow it forcefully.
But you'll know more about the sub-laws and all that too.
Yeah, I probably should get into that in a whole separate video.
Watch the rest of those videos and you'll make your own thing. I'm gonna steal the fan. I can't stand it.
Okay, you're gonna go. You need me to carry it for you?
Oh,
You got it, huh? Okay. But folks, I do really appreciate you as always sticking with me, listening to God's holy word being read, and what time is it? Okay. Sticking with me through the other things, and trying to stay informed in that, trying to keep updated. Appreciate your support. Definitely get your ducks in a row. If they're not, if they are, keep them in a row and can not only maintain but continue to improve. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, peace, shalom. Until next time, we are out of here. Later.